All is One Reflections. I am Priestess Omo Shule. I am one of the goddaughters of the Reverend Priestess Oshun Funke Yanifa. I am a staff member at the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I am a senior priestess with the Orisha Hoodoo Institute. I am the owner of Divinely Clairaudient Spiritual Consulting. I am a spiritual avenger. I am a spiritual warrior. I am all that with the bag of chips and the dip. And today I just wanted to talk to you briefly about, are you priestessing or are you playing? Okay, so I have seen a uptick, I guess, within the community that I am of individuals that, were like priestess training. And so a lot of people want to become a priestess, but without really knowing what priestessing entails, right? And so also too, remember, priestessing is going to look different for each individual, right? So, there are priestesses who are doulas, right? Birth doulas, death priestesses, right? I guess that's what they call them, death doulas. There are, priestesses who are, social workers. There are some that are full-time priests and priestesses that have their own business, and there are some priestesses that have a 9 to 5 that is nothing, that is not even remotely in the field of priestessing. They might be an engineer, and that's how their priest is through engineering. And then they might have, their business on the side and things of that sort. So priestessing, that's the first thing. Priestessing is going to look different for each individual person. But one thing that is very consistent is that you have to make sure this is something that you want. Okay. Priestessing is not something that you pick down and pick back up whenever you feel like it, right? Priestessing is life. There's no off or on button for priestessing. So whether it's you're priestessing the way that different from when I'm doing, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, she's doing her thing, he's doing his thing. It's priestessing, but also too, it's you're taking it serious, right? And so when you are considering the road to being a priest or priestess, there's not an off and on switch. Do you understand? You can't be a priestess on Monday, but then be a fucking city slicker on a Saturday, right? And so you have to have consistency, right? As you know, with when you become when you are a priest and priestess, there are certain rituals that you do, right? In order to stay tapped into your power, in order to stay tapped into the energies that you have been introduced with, that you're authorized to work with, right? Priestessing is not something that you just is a pretty title that you're going to put on social media to get likes and follow. Like priestessing is sometimes spiritual warfare. And I don't want to say sometimes spiritual warfare. It is spiritual warfare. I know for me, I have been at war. The spirits that walk with me and myself have been at war with the DC government. Spirits that walk with me and myself, we have been at war with the New York State. Do you understand? We have been at war with entities, right? Government entities, right? We have been at war with spiritual war, right? Because niggas want to fuck around and find out, right? Instead of praying with me, they want to play with me. You understand? And so there's no off button to being a priestess, right? It's not for likes, it's not for follows, because this is life. As a priestess, you're going to have to be able to know how to protect yourself and those that are around you, how to protect your clients, what energies to tap into for protection. As a priestess, you need to know how to heal and effectively heal, right? You're going to have to be able to do work where there is an outcome that you are able to see, feel, and testify to. Do you understand? As a priestess, you're going to have to be able to not only protect, hex, bless, and heal. Okay. And so I really want, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but I just been seeing a lot of people who have been interested in becoming in priesthood, but don't really know what it entails. Don't really know that there is a sacrifice, right? There's actual sacrifices. And we're not talking about ebo sacrifices, blood sacrifices, which might have to be, but there is a sacrifice of time. There's a sacrifice of financial. These things are not, this occult knowledge, these oral traditions are not being passed down for free, right? These are protected. Um, at least I know with ATR, I can't speak to all these other, priests and priestesses, but I'm talking about within the ATR um, religion and tradition. These are oral traditions that you can't just find on Google. Being a priestess, you're gonna have to be able to do other things than motherfucking than mason jars, than piss jars, right? Especially when you're at real spiritual warfare with individuals and entities and things of that sort, and you have to call in, spiritual guidance, right? Where you're gonna have to know how about herbs, different herbs that you're gonna have to be able to do for healing. If someone is coming to you for healing, I don't know what's going on. I went to the doctor and they don't know what's going on. Can you help me? You're going to have to be able to have the knowledge to be able to help. You understand? And let's go back. You're going to have to be able to have a divination tool. There is no way that you are a priestess or a priest and you don't know how to divine. You have to. How do you communicate with spirits? Yeah, I'm clairaudient, and there's other clairs that I have. But how do I know what I'm hearing and seeing is accurate without divination, right? And divination is the tool to solidify, to confirm the messages that you're hearing from spirit. For those who cannot hear spirit, divination is a way for you to be able to interact with spirit, right? So there's no way that you can be a priest or a priestess without divination. How do you know if you are supposed to do spiritual work for an individual? How do you know your spiritual work was effective if without divination, right? And so you have to really ask yourself, is priestessing the thing that you want? There is no rest for the weary. There is no rest for the weary with priestessing, especially when individuals know that you have the ability to be a priest and priestess. They're going to come to you. Now, one thing that you can do, you can set boundaries. Boundaries is having boundaries and setting them boundaries and sticking to them boundaries are very important when you are a priestess. But if you playing priestess, go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Don't have those boundaries. Have people call you and text you all types of night. Have people come to you for motherfucking love spells. That is, and spirit is telling you that it's not even supposed to do it. Go ahead and take these money and people money and not do thing and not listen to spirit. Okay, as a priestess, you have to listen to spirit. Who the fuck are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Who are you following? What rules do you have? What rules and standards and code of conduct spiritually are you governing by, right? Or you just doing whatever the fuck you want to do, And so I don't want to go too deep into it, but I will say, if you are thinking about taking the road to being a priest or a priestess, make sure that you have the time to commit. Make sure that you have a elder that you're learning under. There's no way how you would. I don't care what nobody says. Self-initiation, it can happen, but what code and conducts and rules and regulations are you governed by with self-initiation? Okay, I don't want to go too deep into that, right? But do you have an elder, or you just out here lone wolfing it, right? Do you have someone who could take you under their tutelage where you can learn, where you can grow, where you can be immersed in a community? Are you surrounded by other priests and priestesses? Are you a priest of priests? Or are you just a priest of the ghetto hood ratchet motherfuckers on the block, and you just tell them a good word when you pass by, and you're not filling up your cup, and you're not studying and learning how to elevate, And so also too, when you become a priest or priestess, that's not the end of the road. That is not. That is partly the beginning of your journey, right? And you're gonna have to, because the destination is death. Like that's just it. So you're gonna have to be able to practice, you know, um, during this journey, right? Are you able to heal your friends and family? Are you a priest for your family, friends, and community, or you just a priest or priestess to help you get ahead in life and fuck everybody else? And so when you are thinking about taking the road to being a priest and priestess, just make sure that your intentions are pure, that you have the intentions of the divine, that you are not going about it to be ego based, right? You're not going about it just to make money. Yeah, we all want to make money. But one thing that I have learned is when you are in alignment um, with things spirit is telling you, you're always going to be financially stable. All your financial needs and physical needs and the mundane needs of this fucking world is going to be met because you are in alignment and you are doing what spirit has been telling you to do. Now, when you play priestess and you are here scamming people, of course you got to scam because you are not in alignment. Of course you have to lie to people. Of course you have to slip into people's inbox and tell them what their ancestors say. Okay. And that's another thing too. Stop letting motherfuckers slide in your inbox and scamming y'all. There's no way that my ancestor is going to go to somebody else and give them a message when they can give me a message, whether it's through angel numbers, whether it's through seeing a motherfucking animal, whether it's through my clear audience, whether it's through somebody else that is not trying to seek financial support. Sometimes people could just be like, I could be praying about, I need clarity about my career, right? Do I take this? Do I go left, right? I'm at a crossroad. And then I could be talking to a friend and friend like, you know what, you're really good at teaching. I think that you should really stick with this teaching. I don't know how the way that you want to go about it, but I think you should be a teach, you should teach. So spirit will ancestors and spirit will give you messages through other people, but not in a scamming, predatory way. Okay. And so, if you are interested in becoming a priestess and priestess in training, you could always go to learnorishahoodoo.com. That is learn, Learn, Orisha, Orisa, hoodoo, hoodoo.com. And then I'll have it in the description box as well. And you will be in a safe place where you are around like-minded individuals, where you are studying under an Yanifa, okay? Under someone who is initiated and not just pulling shit out of Google and Google University or Pinterest and all the other and things, and that you are being introduced to energies that is going to help you, not only for you but your family, friends, and community, for your elevation, for your healing, for your transmutation. But if not, if you want to be a Google priestess, then you could go ahead and be a Google priestess and scam people for their money. And then, but also know what you put out is what you put back, is what the universe is going to get you in. So if you're out here being predators and you're scamming people and you're stealing people's money, please know that spirit is going to circle the block on your ass. Okay, the universe is going to spin the block on you, and sometimes the universe don't got to spin the block on you. Okay, they'll just get you right then and there. So, seriously think about if priesthood is something for you. Think about the time commitment. Think about the money, financial commitment, right? Because nothing is free. We need a reciprocity, right? Think of how it will interfere with your family if you're a single mother, if you're married but you don't have limited support, your niggas just lay around and play video games all day and cheat on you. So but also too, if this is something that you want to do, prayer, always prayer to ask for the roads that are closed, that need to be closed, for them to be open and cleared, so that you can get in alignment with your destiny and do the things that spirit is telling you to do. And so I just wanted to come here briefly and talk about, are you priestessing or are you motherfucking playing? I see a lot of players out here, not a lot of priestessing, but that's just my view. Is no judgment or whatever, because I'm still going to be obedient to what Spirit is telling me, even with my 65 followers. And you can have 10,000 followers, but you out here scamming people, okay? I'm here for quality, not quantity, okay? So follow me on my social media. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Follow me on Instagram, Ori, ORI _DAPO. Follow me on Facebook, Almost Shule. Follow my channel. Check us out at orishahoodoo.com to see what we're doing. And then I'll have some more information pinned down in the description for you to be able to, see if this is the place that you want to be and if priesthood is for you. So I am Priestess Almost Shule. And like I always say, pray with me. Don't play with me. Ciao.